Today is Tuesday, May 1st, 2024. Thought I'd do a quick lunchtime walk around the garden. In my tote garden here, I've got garlics still growing. I've got some cucumbers starting up. I've got places for them to trellis too when they start to climb. The beautyberries starting to leaf out. Canna lilies are coming to life. More garlic back there. This garden is gorgeous with the verbena just going crazy. It looks wonderful. And I've got some brown-eyed Susans in here. This one and that one. And trying to get some sunflowers and zinnias growing. There's a couple leftover peanut plants that are coming up from last year that I must have missed the peanuts when I was harvesting last year. So this is out where I planted poppies, and they didn't grow. I'm disappointed I didn't get any poppies this year. But man, oh man, the show this verbena has given me is fantastic. This is my cherry tomato that I got from my friend Holly, and it's where I found these teeny tiny little cherry tomato fruits that showed up yesterday, so that was exciting. They are teeny tiny. I don't know if you can see how teeny they are, but first ones, it's pretty tall already, so it's got some places to go. My potato plants are doing well. Some of them are starting to flower, but they're in grow bags, so they're just here temporarily. They usually harvest these in June, and this will be gone. These bags will be gone. The hibiscus is starting to come into its own. Everything's suffering. Everything that's not being watered by the drip irrigation is suffering because it's been so dry, but there's rain coming hopefully tonight and then over the weekend. I don't really want it on the weekend, but we need it, so take it when we can get it. More cucumbers, and again trying to get some sunflowers for the cucumbers to grow alongside and up this trellis. And this is the blanket flowers along the front that are really starting to bloom and look good. I have these broccoli plants back here were the ones I harvested this winter. Oh look, I just saw it. There's a little broccoli head. I don't know if you can see it in the sun. It's hard for me to see my camera, but there is a little head of broccoli on there, teeny tiny. I didn't know if they would come back. I just cut the stems down and the plant started growing, so I let them. There's more sunflowers back here. Sorry, my shadow's in the way. Coneflowers, the coneflower starting. It's coneflower, Shasta daisies, broccoli, and sunflowers. And I see a cabbage moth down here. They're gonna hurt my broccoli plants. They're gonna lay eggs and the worms are gonna hurt them. But nature. So anyway, I got lots of little seedlings for sunflowers. Hopefully they'll make it. I get a lot of them and then they disappear. I don't know if they just die, if bugs get to them, slugs probably. But anyway, that garden's looking pretty good. I have bee balm back here, looking great. Daylilies down here. Obedient plant. Butterfly bush, which is very yellow because of lack of rain. More sunflowers are going back there. This little butterfly bush is much smaller. I hope it eventually catches up because the other one is pretty big. And again, same thing on this side, daylilies, bee balm, and obedient plant. As the Carolina phlox are done. Dianthus are still doing well. And the wild geranium looks great. And in front of the wild geranium is mum that's just going crazy. So that, of course they bloom in the fall, but the plants are doing great. Hollyhocks are doing great. Got lots of buds on them. They're very pretty. Got some there, and then this one. They have a disease, a fungal disease. I'm cutting off some of the leaves, but I'm just leaving it. It doesn't seem to be hurting the plant. And from what I read, there's nothing I can really do. It says it's from moisture, which, go figure, because it's the driest April and no humidity yet. So I don't understand. But lots of buds on this. So pretty. More dianthus. The forget-me-nots are still blooming. I literally can't see my screen, so hopefully I'm showing you the right things. Dianthus, Carolina phlox. This one is almost done, but not quite ready to cut it back. Bluebird house, we have a new nest, but no eggs yet. Maybe we won't get it the second time around, but so there's that garden. That's the one we can see from the house, from the kitchen window. It's very pretty. This is the trellis from last year. The morning glories were on, and there are morning glories coming up down in here somewhere, right there. Here. So I guess we'll have morning glories again. I also have cucumber, and I've only had really 2 pea plants, they're edible pea pods, snow peas. This one and this one over here on this side. Only 2 that really made it. I've got little ones down there, but I don't think they're gonna make it. But I've got pea pods of various sizes. Not very many, but here's a nice one. I'll be able to enjoy those. I don't know why I couldn't get those again. Probably the slugs. They're the bane of my existence. Trying the ginger's coming up behind the chair here, the bench, and then trying to get sunflowers along the fence. They keep dying. I keep trying. It worked last year. I'll keep trying. Here's another. It's a plant. I actually put a few plants in that I grew from seed in the house, and then I'm just putting seeds in every few days to try to get some to take. The yellow peony is done. You can see the petals on the ground here. So that's done blooming. It was beautiful while it bloomed and smelled magnificent. Gladiolas, lilies, barley. I love the barley. Last few iris there. Annuals along the front, which wintered over. Some I got this spring. Another coneflower. I think this one is a white one. And this one over here is much smaller. It needs some water. That's orange one, I believe. I've got the pineapple lilies coming up here, the purple, 2 of them. They're pretty. And then, of course, brown-eyed Susans behind. And the pink peonies, which are almost done. Still smells fantastic right here. And asters, and I think that's feverfew. I think that's what I remembered. It was a white flower. It gets real tall, a lot of tiny little white flowers. Flowers look a lot like the aster. Oh, and this is purple, this is white. So I kind of got it crammed in here, but I put the tomato cages to try to help hold them up. We'll see how that works this year. I'm going to try to plant another melon. I put some melon seeds in here. This time I'm doing cantaloupe, not watermelon, but to make use of this nice tabletop that Tom built for me for the melons to grow on. Took the wisteria out of here, but planted this nice clematis, which is very pretty. And I have a little cucumber down here too, just because I had so many seedlings I started in the house and I didn't know where to put them. So if everything grows, my cucumbers and my tomatoes, I'll be feeding the neighborhood and the food cupboard probably, because we're gonna have tons. And then over here's trying to not go as crazy as I did last year, trying to keep this space open. Last year I filled it in. I'm trying not to do that this year. Got the strawberries covered. I've got 2, they're not very big. 2 of them are starting to turn a little bit red. I had one that was red the other day and the slugs got to it before I did. This is to keep the birds off, which seems to be working, but I don't know how to keep the slugs off. They don't look great, but it's fun to grow my own strawberries anyway. Garlic is all here. And again, I'm putting melons, cantaloupes in here. Let them just trail over into this area here. These are all my tomatoes. They're all hanging in there. They're not doing too much yet, but none of them died. And again, way too many. I planted all these from seed. I've never done that before, and they were all successful. I even gave 3 away to the neighbor because I said, please take them, save me from myself. So if these all survive, I don't know. Oh, we're having a lot of tomatoes. I put in some marigolds here. Again, I'm going to try to grow cucumbers up here. I had one down here that died. I've got 2 over here that look like they're going to make it. This one and that one. And these are my carrots I keep picking. Today I found that one that was twisted together, orange and yellow, one that was twisted together. I planted them really thick, which is fine. I don't care if they get big. I got some big ones and some smaller ones. I'm fine with whatever size, but the one that twisted around each other was very unique. It was orange and yellow and very cool looking. I have another cucumber here. I don't know which kind this one is, but I stuck it in there. Let's see what it does. The clematis is growing very nicely and growing up the pole we have supporting our tomato trellis. And then down the guide wire, there's a little bubbler starting to bubble as the sun hits the solar panel. And then my snapdragons have been gorgeous all spring. And over here I've still got the violas from the winter, and I put in some annuals here and here. I'll take the violas out when they die and see if I need to replace anything else in there. Parsley growing in here, still pretty small. Again, way too many for that little pot, but pull out whatever's too much. Bleeding heart still hanging in there, but basically done. But the plant itself is looking really healthy. It likes this location, so I'm happy about that. Got some thyme back there. Doesn't look very good, but I'm still hoping it'll make it. Got that from Mom. This is barley. Oh, there was barley down here that was starting to turn. I like when it turns into the pretty purple color. So I'll be able to harvest that seed and grow it again next year. I just think it's fun, and I can grow it in the wintertime. I've got black and blue salvia interspersed in here with the azaleas. So they come up but the plan was to have them come up in between the branches, and it's doing that. I'm trying to keep them away from my feet here. This is where we go to feed the birds. But they attract hummingbirds, and I want them close to the window, which is right there. So that's why those are there. Amaryllis never bloomed this year. I don't know if it will. It's getting kind of late. Lots of morning glory starts here on both sides of this blueberry trellis. Let them grow up and over, make that look kind of purposeful. Blueberries, not real plentiful this year. I've never trimmed these bushes until this winter, and they're a mess. They still need to be trimmed more. But in doing so, I think I took off most of my harvest for this year. I'm gonna have to do it. I may have to really get ruthless with it and wait a year or two for a better harvest, but I got some good ones coming. They're just not a ton. And some on here. Same thing happened with this plant, so I need some guidance on the best way to deal with trimming these, but I'll enjoy what I get. And lots of volunteer tomato plants popping up everywhere from last year. These are the big grape tomatoes, so I'll let them grow up onto the deck, which I've done every year. And again, morning glories along here to go up the blueberry cage. The moonflower hasn't come back yet. The other two did on the side of the house, on the side around the corner. They're looking good. This one, not so much. So that is my May 1st garden walk. And I will do another one shortly when new things are blooming. Have a great day.